Oh, hello. Good morning, world. Just checking in with a quick try to do a mini podcast, but felt like opening my yap. So I'm gonna. Why not? I have a few minutes. I don't know what to think of all. I mean, it's just the usual fakery. Fake friends are everywhere. Cause you're a two-face. Come on. I don't know. Like, I just think, it can't. The pressure does not stop building. So at some point, like, if you don't, just like, lies don't do that. They get worse. They compound over time. And like, it's not, I don't know. If you're scheming like that against one of your like buddies about it, they're your mark all of a sudden because you're in a cool club, like, why is that a good way to live? Why do you like, they just like, I don't know. They like the clubs. They don't know about it. They know nothing about such a sentiment. Like, who would ever do? I mean, they know that and only that. And beep beep. I have a cool license plate or whatever. And sadly, I don't know. I lament it because you look at it. We can't get along, right? Everybody agrees what's happening in Ukraine is egregious, and what Putin is doing is barbaric. You can't blow up. I mean, the tactics have not changed, and I don't know. We don't even unite over like certain things with that in this country. It's just what can you use for cheap political points to feed the two-party like brainwash system when there's so much like garbage on all the sides, and they obviously collude where it counts. And so I just sort of say, like, I don't know. We ought not do that because if you look at it, and then I don't know, you can't like no. There's like enough people are trying to raise money and do good things for the people of Ukraine. I'm very grateful to anyone doing that. Thank you. Hope the money you raise can go towards like I don't know, reconstruction and not like fugitives from their own country because like of all this nuts stuff. And you really have to nip in the butt. We have to figure out. I mean, I still pray for peace, but again, like they never always pay attention to what the news tries to push on you, because number one, you do see a big push towards electric all of a sudden when we already know you want that. But again, there are minerals that are only in like Russia and China for such parts to even build such things. And you don't really like, well, for that, but you cannot, they like turn on a dime and they're happy to do the wrong thing and sacrifice people in order to have some like doopy-doop about it, provably for years and decades. And it's just something that protests are good, but it just seems that like you undercut yourself when you even tolerate people who are capable of certain bullshit and certain like manipulative things being in charge of like, for one, communications in this country. You look at it on a micro level. I point out, why does somebody like me get offended that like, hey, wait a minute, I had like 170 like comments in 2 minutes and it says 0. Well, I seem to lament they did something to like marginalize and cancel me, right? So if I even have one like friend that I even was able to meet online, let's say one of those comments was something supportive, even one person, whoever it is, I don't care, right? Well, that would make my life a little happier. Say, don't do that. No. And I pointed it out. Even I don't know. So I'm so nuts, right? But no, I improve shit like that, and they don't care, and that's fine. But when you look at it, wait a minute. Those people. Wait a minute. There's nothing fine about that microcosm, and that is more than a symptom. That's like, wait a minute. You do that, and you try to make the kids like mindset where they have to get the likes and the online stuff, even though you overtly like it's disingenuous, and you put up with it because and you use certain things to prop up certain things, and like I don't know, they sure can't enjoy like speaking their mind on the TV or the internet because you bully them on all the sides. If you don't agree, wait a minute, they'll cancel you. They'll educate you how they say, and no matter what, it's that. And if you disagree, it's individualism. Don't listen to them. They all hate that. They're all lying. You answer for yourself and what you do, and you are not responsible for the greater sins of your clan or of human beings in general, although you should be mindful about how they were fellow human beings, and if they're capable of such things, anyone is capable of such things. And I even point out how they seem to make it really easy to be sneaky and be capable of such things with even just pathological and anything you'd like or whatever, right? Because that's not, wait a minute. No, you're just two-faced, right? It's not funny when we can't actually talk about it on our own media for some stupid reason that has nothing to do with anything peaceful or upright or legal. So, some of us just say, and again, how could the truth help? Both Biden and Putin or whoever, or what is it? I mean, they do shady stuff, and then they immediately attack they're completely infallible. There's no labs, you got to get to the truth of anything whatsoever, because who cares what it is? We want truth, right? And we don't, wait a minute. What Putin is doing and using and the outs that some of these people do give them to say, because they don't doesn't matter what it is. They don't even know about the monkeys and the dogs that we have on camera. Provably they did that for science. When, again, you don't look at just like that thing and think to yourself for a second, we ought not do that. So, that's a problem, and that person cannot be in charge. So there needs to be a little common ground on all the sides here. And I seem to notice, doesn't matter what it is. You look at the George Floyd thing, right? Everybody agreed what happened. The gut reaction of everyone in the country was same about it. But yet, oh no, we had riots and all the stuff and all the ways we got more partisan over even that. Though the action itself, everyone agreed. I mean, wait a minute, you can't, that's not, no. Because, I do watch the CNN and the Fox and sometimes the MSNBC when I can stomach all three, which is even worse than just two. But they are diametrically whatever. They love to just point out, no, just that one, just those guys, no. And they'll do it, and they'll sensationalize, and they'll, I don't know. They fuel a fire, and they keep it going, and they don't notice that that's what they're doing. Right? And yet, I tell you, the far left, far woke community is so far progressive, they're far right about it. Militant even. And so, again, that's beyond red flag, and are you kidding me? So I'll just keep pointing out, no, free speech for the American, or that's just bullshit to begin with. Nothing you, down by law already, and nothing you say about socialism or this or that or anything else you might give a pass to makes any sense, let alone anti-oppressor. Again, are you kidding me? No, I seem to say, even in New York, they're discriminating on vax status with bathrooms. They're segregating bathrooms on vax status. When a vaccinated and an unvaccinated person alike can get the virus and spread the virus, it's just a question of how sick you might actually get. So to punish them and they had medical reasons for not getting it. This is state of New York, employees being canceled, and these are the same people that they just love all the ways that's so incredibly just oppressive, but they get away with it in the name of science and and safety, right? Because the other person, they're a terrorist. The doctor says they'll have a reaction if they get it, and they can't. Literally those people. And they're segregated out of the bathroom by cool woke New Yorkers, right? That's a problem, and that is a problem, and they're so sincere that no one knows about any sentiment of why anyone would even a little be trying to do that. Just go on what we say. Listen, there's a problem. You ought to, you say it in public. You don't try to do about it, okay? So whether it was the lab leak and to begin with or anything else, because it wasn't a wet market, all right?